has value of 3,000 some odd
being able to shoot things and it's still feeling exactly like it did on PS1.
So I
really enjoyed the remake of that. But we've got moving on to Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I was waiting for this to come down in price for the longest time. Eventually, I just bit the bullet at $40 because I'm like, this thing's gonna sell out at $40. Well, it hasn't yet, as far as I know. But I'm like, watch, it's gonna sell out at $40, and then I'll never be able to buy it again because then it's gonna, this game obviously has a lot of fan appreciation backing it. It's so cool that we had all the Battle Network games put on one disc and being ported on PlayStation 4 and Switch. And so I'm like, this game has a lot of positive energy going into it. And so with this thing like selling out, it's gonna be. I don't want to put this out there too because I know there's like an audience where sometimes that can influence the market, which I don't ever really want to do. But you gotta figure this is gonna be a game that's gonna hold its value quite well, even with how many copies they've sold thus far. So I sincerely hope they just keep printing it because I think people are still continuously buying it, as far as I know right now from where that game sits. But moving on to Metro Redux. Metro games, always very fun, enjoyable. And we got the PSVR 2 game coming, which I'm very excited for. Micro Machines World Series from Codemasters. Couldn't tell you anything about this considering it came from a random lot. Same for Middle-earth Shadow of War, so I'm just not into this franchise whatsoever, but I have it, so it's in the collection. Moving on to Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition. So I really enjoy the Minecraft franchise a lot as well, and it's cool that we had the disc print on. Well, so for PS3, when it finally came to PlayStation 3, at the time that was a very big deal, right? Because it was, for a while, only PC or the Xbox 360 edition. This was well before Mojang was even acquired. So, it was just something where it was exciting to finally get a PlayStation 3 version, but it was digital only. Then it got a disc print, but then it also got a native PS4 version, which at that point was able to get the disc for that as well. So that was great. And then Minecraft Story Mode, a Telltale game series, Season Pass disc. Now, I like when they do these, right? The sort of episodic nature of releasing games, like that's pretty much dead nowadays. No publisher or studio really wants to engage in the episodic release, which was really only popular, or not even that popular at the time during the PS3 and 360 cycle. So a lot of developers at the time really just kind of came out and said that only worked like one or two times, and then afterwards, like by the time we got to episode 4 or 5, like we were hardly selling, nearly as many of them as the, episode 1. So, it's cool that it's like, now they're just releasing everything all in one go, like with True Colors as an example, right? It's like, it's a complete package day one, but it feels episodic in that you can finish one episode and it kind of tells you this is the point of no return for this episode. The point of what I'm getting at here is that, at least if they are released in an episodic
they didn't crash, but the controls were
season pass disc, so you can grab it this way. Although, and I'm not entirely sure, I believe, I feel like some of these did a thing where only part 1 was on the disc, and then they give you a code for the season pass. So I actually don't remember if that applies to this. Well, there should be a label on it telling you that it would give you a code. On disc plus, yeah, okay, exactly. That's what I was thinking. This season pass disc includes episode 1, plus entitlement to download episodes 2 through 5 as they become available internet connection. That's what I thought. So I was speaking, well, not in the context of this game that was wrong, but you know what I mean, because there are examples where they wait till all the episodes are out, then you buy it on disc. Moving on to Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now, I gotta tell you, I feel a little guilty about this one because I loved the original Mirror's Edge. A lot of people did, although not enough to where EA was like, alright, we're gonna fund another one of these games. Eventually they did, but the language there was very specific, deliberate, and direct. Hey, buy this game if you care about this franchise, and I did not do that right away. So I had actually gotten this copy somewhat recently. Although I remember the reviews were not amazing for this game either, so I don't even remember exactly what the language was from fans about this game, or if it was really as good or better than the original release, so I can't really speak on it, but what I can say is I did not do my part in supporting that franchise. Monster Hunter World for PlayStation 4. Did not really play a whole lot of this, which I'll tell you, this is the kind of game where I know you can drop hundreds of hours in it, but for me, I did not really do that. Which, I don't know, sometimes when it's like I know I can lose hundreds of hours on a game, sometimes I purposely avoid it because I'm like, I don't know if I can afford that nowadays as an adult trying to feed myself and stay alive. Too many chores, too many things to do. Alright, now I think this one is pretty expensive nowadays, which, I don't know why, and I'm dropping stuff as I move things around, although I think I was leaning it on this, so I was asking for that. Moss on PlayStation VR, so basically Moss Book 1 nowadays, as Polyarch calls it. This was initially part of the stay-at-home program that Sony did during COVID, so for a lot of people they were entitled to this game on PSN, so that's how I have it and how I played it originally, but still wanted it on disc, as I often do, so I did buy it on disc, and it's sealed, and it's staying sealed because for now I still have the license on PSN. But I think the last time I checked on this game on the second-hand market, it was doing quite well value-wise. Excuse me, I can't hold the camera properly. But yeah, it's a wonderful game. It's really such a cute VR game where it's a platformer, but you're more or less acting as a camera and guiding the mouse around that environment and slaying up the baddies and jumping around. It's such a cute game. I love it. Moving on to Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden Deluxe Edition. I couldn't tell you a single thing about it because it showed up in a random lot and now it's sitting in my library, or maybe I'll play it someday. I don't know, but what I did play a lot of is Need for Speed, just straight Need for Speed, the 2015 version. Don't like when publishers do that. Just name your game, like give it a subtitle at the very least, or use a numbering convention. So this is the 2015 Need for Speed, which for me, I was really excited for this